Good evening, everybody. This is the Zelda 2 Max Rando tournament. We've got our quarterfinal match between AmazingToaster. I'm DM Stewart 1981 on comms.
And I am Freako. And we already have a question in chat. Is this 6 gems? Subtract 6 from that 6 gems, and that's the number we're going to be working with today. It is a 0 crystal seed, it seems.
And with the runners already having Thunder, and the Raft, and the Boots, and the Hammer, can I say hello, Jet? Have we found Jet? Because this is his seed.
Yeah, paging Jet. Paging Jet, please report to this seed immediately. It looks like what the gloves we might be looking after, and not much else.
And they've got Jump, Thunder, and Life. And they've got Up Stab, but it looks like probably not Down Stab. An AmazingToaster finds Death Mountain right away.
Yeah, it looks like our runners are plopped right down. Oh, hey, we're gonna just put Death Mountain right there for you. Have fun. Looks like levelengine doing a little exploring, seeing that this first palace is not the Great Palace, and just nopes out immediately. Now,
which, however?
What do you think the probability of finding the glove inside of a palace is? With all of these items you're going to find, I would presume, a lot of pea bags just kind of laying around. Aside from getting levels up somewhat, is there any other reason to even consider going into any of the palaces that are not Great Palace?
I would say probably not, unless you need unless you figure out that you need the glove and it's in there.
I would think finding a hint for the glove is about the only thing you'd want to go looking for. You'd look for maybe a spell, fairy spell maybe? I don't think that's I think
maybe
2 rooms you might need it in the Great Palace, possibly.
Yeah, or if you think you need to go into a palace. I saw a palace 1, and I saw an either 3 or 6.
Well, I think our palaces are basically 2 groups: Great Palace and not Great Palace. Given that we have 0 crystals that we need to dunk, it's mostly just a matter of finding the Great Palace.
This is valid.
And going in, so...
And it looks like 2 or 5, and I did not see if he tried the... Did not see if levelengine tried... Statue?
No, he's immediately noping out when he finds a palace. He goes, nope, not Great Palace, gotta go, bye.
And Toaster finds in the cave with the cave behind the that is magic it looks like.
Oh, that might make things...
And it's got a little digger.
Thunder, but it costs 102. Ouch.
But it's just a little digger in there. And it's the first 3 towns spells that you find. And Amazing Toaster has found Trophy Cave and Great Palace, Eastern Continent.
Yeah, we've found 3 palaces, and they are all of the Not Great Palace brand. So the starting palace is the 4th palace on the Western Continent. And Amazing Toaster decides it's time for a sauna.
It's an any key in the Trophy Cave. So that could be, if you need to go into a palace, that'll be helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. Not so certain about the Great Palace. Are there even locked doors in the Great Palace?
There ever being a locked door in Great Palace?
I'm kind of going, okay, there might be, some kind of outlier with a room I don't remember or, can't recall right off the top of my head. But, while our runners are still exploring the Western Continent, and Level Engine looks to have found the any key as well at this point, and along with another 500-point P-bag. Wow. Level Engine's pretty well ahead with the levels right now. Attack 4, Magic 2, and Life 3. Amazing Toaster, I believe, only has upgraded Life to 2 at this point.
But he picks up a 500-point P-bag in the grass tile.
Now, Level Engine hammering away the
getting some
boulder.
Little diggers. So, and according to Alan Heffley in chat, no, there is not a locked door in Great Palace, but for some reason, Thunderbird drops a key.
Well, it is, I guess, technically a boss, and all of the bosses like to drop keys, aside from the Dark Link at the absolute end of the game. I think I'm in agreement with someone in chat saying that I would have went east almost immediately once I realized that all of the palaces are not the Great Palace on the Western Continent, and just went, okay, I'm going to YOLO and go from there. Amazing Toaster going into a palace.
I couldn't tell if that was 3. I couldn't tell if that was 3 or 6, and I don't think that the room that we saw would difference.
And Toaster dips on out of there. To bring everybody up to speed a little bit, Level Engine is the 9th seed and defeated Zarnax 42 in the previous round. Amazing Toaster, being the 1st seed, was given a bye, but that doesn't seem to be helping too much, since this is a winner-go-home situation for both of our runners here.
And Level Engine doing the bubble area that you usually find on the way to Heart Container over by Parappa Palace, and a 500-point P-bag in the cave that looks like Parappa Pass-Through Cave but isn't.
Well, so I think Amazing Toaster's starting to find a couple of the 500-point P-bags that Level Engine had previously found. Somewhat surprised that Level Engine isn't just walking over the water tiles. But,
somewhat surprised, since we've seen the dock that goes to the east. I'm somewhat surprised that Level Engine
Well, Amazing Toaster is very close to the point of heading over to the east, and it looks like that's exactly... No, slightly debated there. I thought he was going to sail across, but not having any part of it right now.
Oh, I know why they haven't gone east.
Oh,
and they're both
enlighten me,
about to
please.
do it. And they're both about to do the thing that will make them go east. Revenak rides with the candle, so whatever Palace 3 is going to be candle. Schmitty just points it out in chat. Downstab.
Ah. Yeah, that is one of the very few things that we are missing. So, Revenak is our Palace 3 final boss, as well as a mini-boss in 6. But that's not too important. We can scratch off Palace 3 as being of no relevance whatsoever.
That's true. Although I would find it relevant because I can't do these dark caves.
But
that's why I'm doing commentary. Helmet Head guards the medicine. That's why I'm doing commentary, not racing in the tournament.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be exactly why we are doing commentary presently instead of in the quarterfinals like levelengine and AmazingToaster are right now. That aside, that's one of the possible hurdles that our runners have gotten over, finding the downstab. So, potentially we may need one, maybe two more magic containers.
And jump and fire. Both our runners. Cool. Point P bag.
Yeah, it looks like levelengine has found out that jump spell is linked to fire.
Yes.
So it looks like both of our runners have started to even out level-wise as AmazingToaster found a couple of the P-bags that levelengine had previously found when I had pointed out a large level discrepancy between the two. And it's interesting to see the slight difference between them. AmazingToaster going with Attack 3 and Magic 4, where levelengine has them swapped between Attack 4 and Magic 3.
And Karok disappears with the Link doll, so Palace 4 confirmed irrelevant. And these two are... And levelengine is exploring Death Mountain. He's looking for the glove. That's got to be it.
Yeah, I could only think that the glove is the only other real hurdle right now, aside from getting to either, I believe, 6 or 7 magic container blocks to cast Thunder right now.
There's only two items on the I don't like this play. I don't like the time sink of it.
I think this is
I think you got so many more places that you check on the east that I think you sail east.
You know, again, this is one of those times where, you know, again, somebody said it in chat, and I agree with them personally, but it, you know, being the commentator means that I'm not running, so there's something to be said there as well. So
well, that's true.
Solved. But I would have, I would have went, all right, Great Palace isn't on the east side. Let me go. I want to find the Great Palace first. If I run into an obstacle that I can't get through, then so be it. And then I'll have to deal with it at that point.
Spec Rock found. It's a 500-point P-bag.
So that's one of our Death Mountain spots. So one more item to go in Death Mountain at this point?
Yes, one more item to be found in Death Mountain. Toaster is in... that's got to be an item cave, or he would have noped out of it. Is that the other Death Mountain item cave? And it's the kid.
So we have the child and a 500-point P-bag in Death Mountain. So if this were a weekly race, I would have been a lot more okay with that decision to just kind of head east and just kind of go, all right, not much else I can do here on the west side. I would have completely overlooked Downstab, however, so, there is that. But
right.
I really think heading east is about the only thing to do right now.
Yeah, at this point, we know there's nothing. We know that there's nothing of use on the west, and Amazing Toaster heads east. I think Hammer Cave.
Well, Amazing Toaster is, I guess, by proxy in the lead. We'll see if, the River Devil's just kind of hanging out and like, okay, I'm here, channeling his inner Marshawn Lynch and just kind of going, yeah, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
And Toaster finding either 3 or 6.
Well,
that would be 3.
And we already know that 3 is of no value.
Yes, but does Toaster know that?
I know Amazing Toaster found the hint for Karok, but I don't know if he found the one for Rebanak. Was that levelengine who saw that hint?
That might have been levelengine that saw the Rebo hint.
And it looks like Amazing Toaster just...
And we have found... Great. We have found GP. It is on Maze Island.
Alright, so that's one of our checkpoints down. We have Great Palace. So let's see if Toaster just kind of goes for the YOLO here and, sees where he can go.
I think he's going to look for the... I think he's going to look to see if Glove is on Maze Island.
That's not a bad idea. We can, still do a little exploring. But that's checkpoint number 1 is, finding the Great Palace, and Amazing Toaster at about a little after 17 minutes in has at least found the Great Palace so far. And the first item on Maze Island is 500-point P-bag.
Levelengine nopes out of Death Mountain. And it is glove blocked. Schmitty, to answer Schmitty in chat, isn't it always glove blocked? No. I've seen seeds. Seen a couple seeds where it has not been glove blocked.
So now the quest for the glove is afoot, it seems. And we'll see if AmazingToaster wins the lottery here by finding the glove on Maze Island, with one more item on Maze Island still at large. Levelengine finally venturing to the east.
And the other item on Maze Island is going to be a 5.
Oh, what a shame. So we have a whopping 500-point P-Bag and a 500-point P-Bag on Maze Island.
Well, we knew we were going to see a lot of 500-point P-Bags.
Yeah, very true. This is a bit of a lottery in a sense, because
with all the items they started with, and the spell they started with, and all the heart containers they started with, we knew we were going to see a ton of 500-point bags.
Yeah, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 P bags that we have to start with, plus the 2 extras. So that's 9.
Yeah, something like that. And the River Devil is completely useless.
Oh yeah, I kind of pointed him out before. He's just kind of chilling out, like, yeah, I mean, I'm here, I'm making my cameo appearance, leave me alone, go away.
Levelengine up to 456 on the levels. AmazingToaster at 445. We still haven't found a magic container.
Yeah, that's going to be the other very relevant issue that the runners are going to have is, well, if they find T-Bird, they're going to have to be able to cast Thunder, and they presently are not able to do so.
That is very true.
As things stand right now, with 4 blocks, they have 64 magic points, and at level 1, Thunder was 102, so it might go down into the 80s if we're lucky, but that still necessitates at least one more magic container. So that'll put them at 80 once they get number 5. Then 96 right. If I remember Basic Math 101 in high school.
Yes.
So we're going to be potentially looking for the glove and 2 magic containers.
Right. Because that's... that you're gonna have... and require containers to get the help item from the old woman.
We had a spotting of the... Oh, well, it's 5 magic containers for the old woman, so we're going to need at least 1. If she's blocking the glove, which I'm not sure if she even can or not,
we've got a flute over on Leveligine's side, so...
Well, Amazing Toaster finds the shield spell, which would be good. The problem is thunder is still going to be a very major issue for our runners here. I did not see the actual number that it was at Magic 4, but we'll see where we're at. Level Engine finding a couple palaces, but we know they are not Great Palace.
Level Engine does find Great Palace. And is exploring Maze Island himself.
So there's objective number 1 complete for Level Engine at little after 24 minutes behind. A good 7 minutes, I believe, between Amazing Toaster and Level Engine finding the Great Palace. But as we can see, that really doesn't matter right now, as well, can't do much in Great Palace even if they go in.
Pretty much what matters at this point is finding the glove. Toaster finds 2 or 5.
Do you almost consider diving palaces just to find magic elixir bottles?
I would consider diving palace 1 at this point, because I know it ain't gonna be glove blocked.
Yeah, that's true. Going into a palace that, well, we know 3 and 4 are worthless because they have, a
candle and a little digger.
Yeah, so we know they're of no value to us. So that leaves 1, 2, 5, and 6.
But a lot of 2 is glove.
So going into 2 is not good because of the glove block, like you just mentioned. Is 5 the same way? Well, 5's just super long, so...
Yeah. Giant. We've got a glove. Amazing Toaster has found the glove. Desert tile. Desert tile on the east side.
But we know the Great Palace is glove blocked, but Amazing Toaster can now at least...
Amazing Toaster. Necessarily in full dig shake.
Go for it and hope
he's gonna go for it.
T-Bird's not required.
I don't know what the chicken and waffles room right away.
And it looks like Level Engine certainly ahead in levels, but behind at this point, as our second major checkpoint being finding the glove. Amazing Toaster already finding it. Level Engine is
Level Engine's real close to it though.
Yeah, but I think he's going to find a couple
Level
more
Engine
things
finds his
that,
glove.
oh wow, Level Engine finding the glove pretty quickly, comparatively speaking. And Amazing Toaster is out of there. So
wait, Schmitty says T-Bird required, so presumably I missed it because I was watching Level Engine. So I was watching for Level Engine to find the glove. But it looks like
yeah, we have ourselves a problem.
T-Bird might be that second room.
We can't cast Thunder, and Level Engine is going to get the bad news that Amazing Toaster already knows. Level Engine heading into the Great Palace. So we'll get a little rewind, and hopefully Level Engine is gonna learn pretty quickly what Amazing Toaster unfortunately already knows.
Oh yes, the second T-Bird.
Denied.
Ouch. That's just cruel. Boom, boom, ba-doo.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, AmazingToaster taking a trip to the sauna again. Getting bounced around by a couple eyeballs that he cannot see. So here we go. This is going to be the great quest to find potentially 2 magic containers now. We know Thunderbird's in the way. We know we need the glove.
Oh, I missed that. I missed what just had up his pause menu to see how much Thunder is going to cost at Magic 5.
Magic 5 level engine, it looked like 78. So we're going to need 1 more magic container. And they will have 2 magic points left over if they cast nothing else but Thunder.
Yikes.
I don't know if AmazingToaster's in the same situation at Magic Level 4, however. If
Water tile. And I missed what spell that was that Level Engine got from Firetown.
It looked like Reflect.
New Kasuto gives you Fairy. Or Old Kasuto, rather, gives you Fairy.
Well, that's definitely a quality of life upgrade, but right now, I think AmazingToaster may just be able to tackle Thunderbird at this point. He's found a magic container.
Level Engine, I know, can tackle T-Bird.
No, he can't. He can't cast Thunder.
So
now he can. Yeah, there we go. I guess I'm a little bit behind as I saw the water tile. It costs 78 for both of our runners, and they have 80 magic right
Toaster can cast Thunder. It's 78 at 4 and 5.
So the price dropped at least level 4 for the cost of Thunder. Thunder was 102, and Level Engine casting it right before he goes into the sauna. So this is now a race to get through the remainder of Great Palace. Oh, AmazingToaster finding a quality of life upgrade with a 6th container now. But it looks like Level Engine's got the inside track to get into the Thunderbird fight first. He is closer to Maze Island presently.
6th magic container, I think, is a big deal.
We'll
After
see.
Casting Thunder, let him potentially cast Shield as well. But Level Engine heading into Great Palace. We're gonna see his Thunderbird fight.
Yeah, so 3240, it looks like Level Engine is starting the assault against Thunderbird, so we'll see where Level Engine feels he's at with Attack 5, Magic 5, Life 6. So he's probably got sufficient levels.
Oh man, Level Engine had to burn a Thunder spell in that first room, which means he's gonna have to take a death hit.
Yeah, that's alright. AmazingToaster is just on his way in, so This will be pretty close. Let's catch that fireball, level engine. And got him. Because, yeah, can't use jump here to go the high road. AmazingToaster seems to be able to find his way through.
And our two runners are about 20 seconds apart starting the Thunderbird fight.
Yeah, level engine's got 1 block off of Thunderbird, now 2, as AmazingToaster starting his fight. So it's 3-0 right now, 4-0 level engine on damaging the Thunderbird. Looks like 5-1.
And level engine clears Thunderbird.
But AmazingToaster only has attack 4 right now, so this is going to be level engine's advantage for the rest of the encounter, as he just immediately nopes out and restarts the Great Palace, but the Thunderbird's no longer going to be an obstacle.
Yes, Trails, he did get the key.
And level engine did pick up the key.
And Toast.
Oh no! AmazingToaster takes a death on the Thunderbird. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So maybe having to cast that shield does a factor for AmazingToaster here. More the attack 4. We're seeing the big difference between attack 4 and attack 5. For level engine having attack 5 and already clearing Thunderbird.
Not just attack 5, life 6 as well.
Yeah, it looks like AmazingToaster can only take 1 hit from the Thunderbird the entire fight, which is not gonna make this an easy go of things for AmazingToaster. Level engine could take 2 hits, whereas AmazingToaster could only take 1.
And level engine taking a couple of drops.
So for level engine, it's just a matter of figuring out the rest of the puzzle, as AmazingToaster needs to figure out a solution for Thunderbird. And I'd hate to see him end up noping out and trying to grind almost 1,500 experience just to level something up at this point.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Oh no, AmazingToaster doing great the first 5 blocks, but got himself trapped, bounced around, and that was it.
Yeah, once T-Bird starts rapid fire fireballs, that fight gets a lot harder.
Oh, I believe it. This was the bane of my existence in my childhood, was this specific fight. Oh man, was this the stuff of nightmares for me. Could go through the rest of the game, no problem, but put me up against Thunderbird and oh boy.
Oh, see, I had trouble just as a kid. I was trouble just at Palace 3.
Oh, that was the beauty of Nintendo Power back in the day. But, unfortunately, I don't think we can call the hint line for AmazingToaster here and help him out with this T-Bird fight. This is just a matter of playing some high-stakes dodgeball with all these fireballs getting tossed about.
Well, if she can dodge a ball.
Exactly. Oh, nice. Oh, one block left for Amazing Toaster, and he gets a game over. What a shame. Oh, this is so rough for Amazing Toaster. His tournament life is on the line here, and it's just a matter of having either, one of attack 5 or life 6 might be his undoing in this entire tournament here.
Yeah. And Schmitty commenting that is much what happened to him. Well, that can happen. That is the nature of Max Rando.
Yeah, it looks like levelengine found himself a loop, but the good thing is you can go, okay, how'd I loop, and let's do something else to break this loop. Unfortunately, Amazing Toaster, the only way out of his loop is to win this fight with Thunderbird.
That's an awful tough room that levelengine is in right there. Some fried chickens.
And it looks like Toaster's trying to reset the Thunderbird.
And levelengine finds a dead end.
Oh no, Toaster takes another death. This is just brutal to watch as our #1 seed is having a little bit of trouble here with the Thunderbird fight.
And levelengine takes the bridge drop. Does not get time. Those bird knights are just terrible.
Yeah, that's a awful room to see at the other side of the Eon Drop, or just an awful room in general. Especially when you get two-shot by pretty much any enemy ever. So while we see Amazing Toaster trying to have a go at Thunderbird, this is starting to look like levelengine's match to lose, as he's put in a good amount of exploration.
And levelengine finding another chicken and waffles room.
Oh, pretty good breakfast solution, but I don't think what you really want to see inside of the Great Palace.
Let's get some hype for Amazing Toaster as he clears Thunderbird.
Yeah, that one's finally over. Amazing Toaster is now significantly behind, about 7 minutes at this point, as Amazing Toaster is now able to finally explore the Great Palace.
That is rough, getting Thunderbird in the second room of Great Palace.
I don't think it's so much that Thunderbird appeared. I almost think it's actually a good thing that he appears so early. Having the lack of the levels, though, is what absolutely derailed Amazing Toaster right now.
And levelengine finds a fairy room. Is this going to troll our rudder?
It looks like that might be the case. But you never know. It's not a finite thing here is Level Engine's got a bit of an issue with the sprite limit. But AmazingToaster's Level Engine found
Level
it.
Engine, nope.
It looks like we're gonna have a go at the fairy room.
Nopes out. Pretty sure that's fairy block.
Yeah, for Level Engine, he is fairy blocked, so now advantage AmazingToaster again because Level Engine does not have fairy.
And that was new Kasuto, right? Or old Kasuto.
Yes, old Kasuto was where we found the fairy spell, that is correct. So I think if memory serves me correctly, he'll need to go slightly north of where he is on the map, and I think chat pointed that out as well. Now that I've taken a look at the chat, going between AmazingToaster having a go at Great Palace, Level Engine trying to find new Kasuto, or excuse me, old Kasuto. Oh, this is just brutal. I believe it's hidden behind the grass tile. That's slightly above where he is on the map right now, that being Level Engine. So this is so sickening to see. Both of our runners fundamentally, I hate to say this, but almost snatching defeat from the jaws of victory, with AmazingToaster having such trouble with the Thunderbird fight, only for Level Engine to nope out of the Great Palace because he believes he's lacking the fairy spell.
And with the kid check, that's the spell that he gets in Darunia.
Chat pointing out when Level Engine took the Eon drop, he could have went left, which he did not do. And if that's the correct path, this is going to be, you know, one of those times where you're just kind of going, yeah, this is that one time where you could have caught Captain Jack Sparrow, but Level Engine does have fairy now.
Well, Level Engine got his fairy spell. He's gonna... It's like head GP.
Oh, AmazingToaster taking a death. Not quite able to cast the fairy spell before taking a death in this ugly room.
Oh, there are a lot of ugly rooms. It's Great Palace.
Very true. Hopefully Level Engine is able to make up this time, because now AmazingToaster is the one exploring Great Palace. Level Engine's gonna need at least another 2 minutes before he can even get to the entrance of Great Palace. Oh, Toaster taking a death right before the Eon drop. So
makes his Eon drop and heads right, which is the way that towards that fairy room.
Yeah, there's a couple more dead ends that AmazingToaster might end up finding along the way, but we will certainly see a lot more out of AmazingToaster right now than we could with Level Engine not having fairy at all.
Toaster heads up, finds a paperclip room. One of the co-commentators I worked with during this tournament called that a paperclip room. And
I think Level Engine was in here because this should be a dead end.
It's a drop room.
Ooh, no, this is definitely a different room then, because I thought I saw a very similar looking room, but at this point it's a matter of AmazingToaster holding on to what looks like 2 lives remaining before he ends up taking
and Toaster
a game
finds
over.
Dark Link. Toaster finds Dark Link, fairy not required.
Oh no, so Level Engine wasted all that time. Oh no. Wow.
Oh, I got to agree with Korak in chat. Level Engine's gonna be sick when he finds out, when he figures it out.
Oh,
And there's AmazingToaster with an official SRL time of 50 minutes, 24 seconds.
Oh, that's just so ugly. So Level Engine ended up tossing his tournament life right in the toilet because of one routing. I can only call it a blunder at this point, but AmazingToaster.
AmazingToaster joins us in the booth. GG to you. Congratulations on moving on.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you right now, you dodged a bit of a bullet there.
How so?
Level Engine was a good portion of the way through Great Palace when you were struggling with Thunderbird.
Yeah, T-Bird just was giving me some bad patterns.
Level Engine, however, went a particular path, found a fairy blocked room, and he did not have fairy. So he noped out of Great Palace, spent the time looking for the fairy spell, only to see you take a route that did not require the fairy. And Level Engine is now skipping the Eon drop as we speak.
I was worried about not having fairy going into GP, and then when I found Old Kasuda there by I guess by the water tile where I picked up that first container, I was like, okay, yeah, let's check and see if it's fairy, and it was, luckily.
And the real kick to the pants is if you pass over the Eon drop, you end up on the other side of the room that Level Engine noped out of, the fairy room.
Oh, wow. So if he would have taken the drop, yikes.
Oh, he did take the drop, and since he did not have fairy, he would have went through a giant loop, found what looks like a 1-up doll going left, which was another speculation by the chat as to a path that Level Engine did not explore.
And Level Engine goes the right way, goes up from the one drop into the paperclip room.
Yeah, you went right from the landing, the double-ended landing room, and then you
go up the elevator.
Yeah, I went up at fairy. I know that much. That's a usual thing for me.
And then I believe there was a drop.
Finds his way to Dark Link.
Room, and
yeah, there was a drop. I'd seen the loop, and it was pretty much okay. I'm gonna try drops at this point.
But here we go. Level Engine is up against Dark Link now. Were you at all really concerned by having such a difficult time with the Thunderbird?
A little bit, but it happens from time to time. I mean, levels were fairly low.
Level Engine finishes off with a official SRL time of 54:19.
Yeah, so yeah, that was 4 minutes worth of at least 4 minutes worth of Level Engine spending going out to get a fairy spell that unfortunately he ended up not needing. Yeah.
And welcome, GG to you, sir.
Thanks. I'm just thinking how different that playthrough of the Great Palace could have been if I did any one thing different. Checking the room immediately to the left of the Eon Drop. I would have then known that that fairy room would have not been the right path to Dark Link. Then I wouldn't have gone for fairy spell. That alone would have probably changed everything.
That would
Or
have
going up the elevator with the pits and the lava fairy room. Going up that elevator and not down. That would have done it too.
You had noped out of the Great Palace not too far after AmazingToaster finished his Thunderbird fight. To put things in perspective, I think you were roughly 3 minutes ahead at that point, if not further. And unfortunately, you encountered that fairy room, and here we are.
You have no words, don't you?
I
You're
really
speechless,
don't.
aren't you?
Watching that, I mean, there's a couple things I want to say, but it feels like I'd be kicking you while you were down, and I don't want to do that, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, this is one of those really awful interviews that I want to ask a question, and I know I shouldn't, because...
Ask it, for fuck's sake. I don't care.
I mean, it just feels like, I watch this and I see you basically throw this away with the fairy room. Did you not consider a different option for how you could have approached the Great Palace? What was the mindset for going for the fairy?
It's simple. The better I am doing in a particular randomizer, the more likely it is going to be that I'm missing something I need for the Great Palace.
Oh, that's just... That's unfortunate, because the fairy ended up not being required.
And I could have figured that out by checking just one more room.
That's what a lot of the chat was speculating as well, because not taking the Eon Drop would have shown you that.
I would have known.
We speculated that you could have gone left after taking the Eon Drop, but that led nowhere to a 1-up doll, I think.
But still, I'm thinking about the Eon Drop itself before you fall down the middle of the room. Because I know both ends of the fairy room.
Yeah, at that point you would, and you definitely would not have noped out
Two
when
sets of crumbling blocks, and then the other
basically
side of the
found the
room
loot.
is that drop into lava. I recognize both sides of the room.
Yeah.
I would have known.
So that's just so unfortunate to get kicked out of the tournament from that. But hopefully it won't stop you from competing further in either weekly races or any kind of tournament play.
I don't see why it
forward.
shouldn't. I don't see why it should stop me.
Well, that's good. At least you have the right attitude in that. So good luck to you going forward, but unfortunately your time in this tournament has come to an end.
Can I see just how much can I see just how much the chat is flipping out right now over me just noping out of the Great Palace? Like, hard for it.
I think that happened about 5 minutes ago, where basically we found that Toaster found the proper path, and we just all kind of went, yeah, Level Engine just basically threw this away, and unfortunately is snatched defeat from the jaws of victory by noping out and going for the fairy spell. Let's see, yeah, Trails, I think, was the first one to speculate that when you noped out, that could be trouble. There were 2 other places Level could have gone. There were actually more than 2, but at the end of the day, it's really all that matters is, you ended up noping out, but it was just finding that proper path.
Makes me wonder who I would have gone up against if I won, but of course, doesn't really matter now. It's a little late now.
Well, it would have been Buzz Thunder.
He would have probably beaten me next. I don't know.
Well, Buzz Thunder was ranked number 5 coming in. AmazingToaster was the number 1 seed, so...
And I almost beat him.
Oh, yeah.
That still should be something to be proud of regardless.
Oh, very much so. Definitely put up a good effort. There were points in the race where I thought AmazingToaster was going to be super far ahead. Then we found magic bottles being an issue. The glove was an issue. Let's see, what else was... That was really the 2 major hurdles. But AmazingToaster struggled mightily on the Thunderbird fight, and that's what should have saw you through to the victory if you would have stayed in the Great Palace. But unfortunately, it was not to be.
Hey, I'll put... We made the comment a couple times during the race. You're a whole lot better than at least I am. I won't speak for my partner, but you're a whole lot better than I am. I wouldn't have done this well at all.
That actually brings me back to one question I do have. Why not head over to the Eastern Continent once you found that it was Palace, I believe, 2, 3, and 5 on the Western Continent?
Well, I still have to find the glove.
Okay, so it was the glove, a magic
Could have been anywhere in the Western Death Mountain.
Well, Death Mountain was, I think, a pair of 500-point P bags, as was...
I found one of them.
Maze Island was also a pair of 500-point P bags.
Those I saw both.
Let's see.
Well, and when you get 7 heart containers and all those items, that there's going to be a ton of P-backs.
Yeah, that is very true. Not much you can do about things on that front, but was there anything, I guess the glove, but was there anything else that had you searching for just item locations? Was
Magic
that
containers.
Okay.
And then Fairy Spell.
Well, one way or another, we're going to recap things. AmazingToaster is going to take the win here in this match in the quarterfinals and move on to face Buzz Thunder. Our other semifinal is Trails against Rose City Saint. I think this is going to be...
That should be a good one.
Yeah,
Both of them ought to be pretty
very
pretty
good
darn
matches for the semifinals, and we'll see both of these runners again. It looks like we're going to have a third place match, so all 4 of the remaining runners are going to have 2 matches remaining. The 2 winners will face off in the final.
For silver and gold, and then the 2 losers will just duke it out for the bronze. I saw.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I could have been guaranteed 2 more matches in the Max Rando tournament if I just did one thing in the GP differently.
yeah, to boil it down, yeah, that's unfortunately how it played out. But you also could have been correct in thinking that you needed Fairy.
There's no way to know until you've seen everything. You can't conclude
Exactly.
until you've seen everything within a given area.
Oh yeah. Would you have considered just up and Aing and trying a different route at that point once you found the Fairy Block room, or did you just go, all right, well, I'm kind of stuck here. I need Fairy? Was that?
That was my mindset, yes. Thought there was one other path I could have checked, and it was the right way.
It's just so sad to have you bounced out of the tournament on that decision, but
Especially with how I could have checked just one more room and then would have just eliminated the possibility of that fairy room being like a block.
yeah, if you would have ended up crossing the Eon Bridge, that would have shown you the other side of the drop, which unfortunately, or excuse me, not the other side of the drop, but the other side of
The other side of the fairy block room,
which would have put you down the fairy, or excuse me, the Eon drop. Then you would go left, obviously find the 1-up doll in that dead end room.
I
and you
wouldn't
would
have left
been-
for the fairy spell, obviously. I would have stayed until I found Dark Link.
And at that
I
point, you
still
were
could have maybe won at that point.
You were, like I had said previously, AmazingToaster was just about finished with Thunderbird at the point at which you had noped out.
So to give an update on that, so the Trails Rose City Saint, they have scheduled for Sunday and Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Just
Remind me, because for the Rose City Saint versus Trails one, I'm going to want to watch that.
that is and Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern.
It's going to be good, I can imagine.
Well, this one, I mean, it was one decision, one choice going the other way.
I'll take my leave, but of course, thanks for having me, and GG to AmazingToaster. Made the better decisions than I did, but
Level,
really,
you-
it could have gone either way.
Level, you did great. Yeah, it was and there's no reason to hang your head on this one.
I know.
So we will have the AmazingToaster versus
Buzz Thunder?
Buzz Thunder.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I shouldn't let this get me down too much. I mean, I've lost several runs on world record pace before in Castlevania 3, so this should be like nothing in comparison.
Oh, yeah, I can relate to something like that. Back when I was much younger and much better at Ninja Gaiden, trying to run that game where you have split seconds worth of time that you could potentially shave off, and to make one mistake just kills the entire run. Had plenty of that happen to me, so I can relate in that regard, but
I think that's a little too fast-paced for me to be speedrunning.
well,
I don't see myself running that.
it is not an easy game, and I've since
That's why I was just beating the NES trilogy, actually.
I'm just older
I'm
and
just satisfied
slower
with
at
beating
this
all the
point.
NES games, never mind speedrunning them.
Well, you almost have to speedrun Ninja Gaiden, but you know, at the end of the day, hopefully you won't let this keep you down too much, and whatever
won't.
you end up doing next, good luck, Level Engine.
Thanks.
Have a good night. And
Well-
with that, I think that's just gonna just about do it for us tonight.
Any final thoughts from you on the Seed Freako?
Don't nope out of Great Palace. That's the lesson learned here. Try to explore a couple more options before bailing out. Aside from that, hopefully we'll get a couple more stellar matches between the quarterfinal, or excuse me, the semifinals and finals.
Yep. I mean, my final thoughts on it are: make sure you before you nope out. It's the same as that. It's the same as yours.
You know, aside from maybe a couple decisions, I think I personally, given this seed, probably would have went east a little earlier than I should have, but that would have put me at the disadvantage of no downstab, so I probably would have ended up having to explore for that. But,
I probably would have found the 3 palaces on the west, found out they were not Great Palace, done the caves, gotten downstab, headed east.
That's why also we're doing the commentary instead of
Oh yeah.
being the quarterfinalists in a tournament. But that all being said,
that's valid.
you know, we have AmazingToaster and Buzz Thunder to look forward to in our first semifinal match, along with Trails and Rose City Saint on the other side of the semifinals.